Troy Hurd with Cedar Creek Dulcimers, and you're watching Mountain Dulcimer Basics Lesson number 2, learning how to add harmony to your song. Now, before we get started, at this point, I am assuming that you've already watched lesson number 1, where first of all, you learned how to tune up so you can play along with me if you want. You've learned how to do basic melodies, and you've also learned how to add rhythm to that. If you've not had a chance to do so, I encourage you to go back and watch lesson 1 and then come back and watch lesson number 2. But if you've already done that, you're ready to go, we're going to get started. We're going to be changing the angle of the camera before we get started, so you got a closer up view of just the fretboard and my hands on the fretboard. One of the things I really like about the original dulcimer tuning called the Ionian mode is it's not only great for beginners because they can do the one-finger melodies, but when you are ready to get into harmonies and chords, it's so simple as well too. Matter of fact, if you want to add bass line harmony to any one of your songs, here's 2 things all you have to know. Number 1, the first harmony that you're going to use most of the time, wherever your melody note happens to be, if you follow 1 fret back, wherever you go, that's harmony on your bass string. So 90% of the time, wherever that note is, 1 fret back gets you bass harmony anywhere you go with any note you're playing over here on your melody line. Now, every once in a while, you're going to run into a spot, though, where that one behind maybe isn't quite the sound you're looking for. So every once in a while, instead of 1 behind, you're going to move that up to the very same fret your melody note is on. So you're sitting there just playing along, and really it's up to you. If you ever decide that's not the sound I'm looking for, then instead of 1 behind, you move it up to the same fret. So here's what I want you to do. Without worrying about playing a song right now, I want you to just shut the video off or pause it, and then just practice that. Just follow the 1 behind. So you got, like if you're at 3, you're going to be at number 2. And just go up and down your fretboard. And you're going to see that anywhere you go. That's going to give you harmony anywhere you go. And then try those spots every once in a while where you might move it up to hear how it changes the sound. So give that a go, and then when you come back, we're going to learn how to add harmony to the middle string. Okay, hope you had a lot of fun playing around with that 1 behind bass harmony. Now we're going to learn how to add harmony to our middle string. And once again, there's only 2 things that you need to know to add harmony to any song on your middle string. Wherever our melody note is, instead of 1 number back, 1 fret back, we're going to go 2 numbers back. So rule number 1, 2 numbers back gets you harmony anywhere on your dulcimer. 90% of the time, that's going to be the harmony you're looking for. Wherever your melody note is, just 2 numbers back, and there's your harmony. However, every once in a while, you might be playing a song where the 2 behind, your ear is telling you that's not quite the sound I'm looking for. So now, instead of 2 numbers back, we're going to go 3 numbers back when we hit those spots. Like here, for example, at the end of the song. When we're going the 2 numbers back, it kind of makes a little minor-y sound. But say we don't want that minor sound for this particular song that we're playing. So instead of the 2 behind, we're going to go 3 numbers back, which in this case, it would just make the note the harmony an open strum then. So once again, go ahead and pause or shut the video off at this point, and without worrying about playing a song, just play around with that. 2 numbers back, and go anywhere up and down the dulcimer. And then when you get to those spots where it makes a sound you're not looking for, you go the 3 numbers back. And just have fun playing around with it just to get comfortable doing that. The other thing I did find about this years ago after I learned that harmony is I found out that when you're talking about the middle string, as long as you got at least one number, one fret in between your melody note and the harmony note, even that's pretty forgiving. I can be 2, 3, 4, 5 away, and it still sounds good. So even then, it's pretty forgiving. You don't always have to make for certain, as you know, you're always in a certain spot. You know, sometimes you can, you know, be 2 or 3, 4 or 5 notes away and it'll still add harmony to it. That's what's neat about the original dulcimer tuning. It's very forgiving, very easy to add harmony embellishments to our song. Okay, go ahead and practice that for a while. Have fun just playing around with it. Then when you come back, we're going to learn how to put this to practical use and add these harmonies to a song. Okay, now let's take those harmonies and add them to an actual song. We're going to play the first half of Ode to Joy, a little Beethoven piece. So it's going to start off at number 5. Now the first time we play this song, let's just do it on the one line to just get the song in our head and to get our timing down. So we're starting off at number 5. There's our one finger Beethoven right there. Okay, now let's take our song and first of all, let's add our bass line harmony to it. So the song is starting off at number 5. And by the way, when I'm doing my harmonies, I like to use my thumb for my melody note because it just makes adding the other strings a little easier. I mean, you can use whatever fingers feel comfortable to you, but that's what I like to use. So starting off at number 5, we're going to follow the 1 fret back on the bass line. Now, the first time we run through this song, we're going to just always do the 1 number back. I want you to get used to finding those spots yourself where your ear goes, you know, that harmony needs to change, you know, so you get used to doing it on your own once you start applying this theory to songs you already know. Okay, so starting back at number 5, going to put us at number 4 on the bass string, and here we go. Now, once again, through the majority of the song, our 1 behind on our bass line sounded correct, but we had that one little spot, and I'm sure your ear heard it as well, too. When we was up here at number 7, the 1 behind harmony on the bass wasn't right for that song. So that would be the spot where instead of 1 behind, we come up to the same fret as our melody. So we're at 7 over here, so that puts us at 7 there. Okay, let's go back, do the very same song, but this time when we hit number 7, we come to the same fret, and listen to how it sounds. There we go, that sounded a whole lot better when we hit that spot. Okay, now let's take the same song and learn to add harmony on the middle string. Let's get used to that. So the song starts at 5. So if we're 2 behind on the middle string, that puts us at number 3. Once again, the first time, we're always going to go the 2 behind for the whole song. And again, having a chance for you to get your ear trained to let you know the spots when it should change. Okay, so starting off at number 5. Now, once again, throughout the whole song, the 2 behind sounded good, but when we got to the end of the song, and anytime we got to where we was at number 3 and we were doing the 2 behind, it created kind of a minory sound that we wouldn't want for that song. So this would be the spot where instead of 2 behind, we're going to go the 3 behind, which in this case, that means just the open note. So let's do the very same song, and this time we'll keep our 2 behind the whole way, but when we get to number 3, we're going to take the harmony off on the middle string, and let's listen to what it sounds like. Here we go. There we go. That sounded a whole lot better once again. Okay, so the next question is, can I do both harmonies at the same time? And the answer is yes, you can do whatever you want. It's your song. Now, when we're doing one or the other harmonies, the rules pretty much always follow like we were talking, the one behind and the two behind, with the occasional having to adjust. However, when you're doing both harmonies at the same time along with your melody, it makes it to where you have to adjust a little more often. For example, we're going to start off on our song again, and we're going to go the one behind and the two behind. Sounds good and all. But our next one, we're going to move up, and right there it already makes a minor sound again. So we need to adjust again. But once again, the rules follow the same as when we're doing just the single ones. We either move the bass one up one, but our ear tells us, no, that's not the right sound we're looking for. So instead of moving the bass up, you move the middle one down too. Okay, there's the sound we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to go back and do that same song again, and I'm going to make the adjustments in there so you can see and hear what it sounds like when it's time to adjust. So when we're doing both harmonies at the same time, the only thing different is you have to make more of those adjustments like we were talking about. Well, that's all you need to know to add harmony to any song. And not only do those rules apply when you want to add harmony to the song, but even when you get into chording the dulcimer, the very same rules apply. And that's what we're going to be getting into in Mountain Dulcimer Basics Lesson number 3. Well, thanks a lot for watching. And keep on a picking and a grinning, and we'll see you next time.